Well, this is something. Tonight, 23% of Americans have received at least one dose of the coronavirus vaccine. 12% of American adults have now been fully vaccinated. Even as the administration works to quicken the pace of this, the issue of vaccine skepticism, specifically among Republicans, subset especially Republican males, and a lot of them Trumpers, poses a difficult challenge. NBC News correspondent Ellison Barber joins us from Jackson, Mississippi with more tonight. And Ellison, I know you have been sampling opinion there on this vaccine. What have you found?
Hey, Brian. Yeah, we went kind of all over the eastern part of the state to try and get a sense of what people are thinking here. Look, vaccine hesitancy has dropped in the weeks and months since the first COVID-19 vaccine was authorized with emergency approval in the United States. Though there are still pockets of skepticism nationwide. One thing that we are seeing in polls and continue to see in more recent polls is that vaccine skepticism is stronger and holding steady among one group in particular, and that is Republicans. So we decided to head to one of the reddest counties in Mississippi, Smith County, and then travel east to try and get a sense of what people think about COVID vaccines. Listen here. Do you plan to get vaccinated?
No, ma'am.
How come?
Because I'm a good old country boy, and I drink from water hose. No, I don't need it.
I made up my mind 40 years ago never to get another flu shot.
Okay, so no flu shot, no COVID vaccine, none of the vaccines.
It's the flu. It ain't a COVID. It's a flu.
I've just got questions, and I don't feel like my questions have been answered. We have news media outlets that say one thing, and then we have another outlet that says completely the opposite, and you don't really know the truth in the matter anymore.
I just ain't never got no flu shot, so I ain't planning on getting no COVID-19 shot, and I wouldn't be wearing this here, but you got to. Mainly affecting people that's got low immune systems, so I just say take some vitamins and move on.
A lot of people think that they're hiding what's really going on. You know, as far as they're saying everybody's fine with it. A lot of people are scared that even though they're saying they're fine, they're really not.
Well, Doc, you heard the voices of those Americans in the state of Mississippi. We all have to live together in this one country we've been given. What do we do about what we just heard?
Well, Brian, I think there's two things up front. Number one, good evening, by the way. Number one, I think there's just confusion on what these vaccines do extremely well, regardless of the variant, and essentially everywhere in the world, and they will keep you out of intensive care. That is the critical piece here that we've lost when we've communicated about vaccine effectiveness. We delve too much into vaccine effectiveness percentages and numbers that are confusing to people. They're frankly confusing to me. When the bottom line here is whether you're talking about J&J or AstraZeneca or Pfizer or Moderna, they all are 100% effective in those who have received them in keeping those individuals out of the hospital and out of intensive care and avoiding deaths. That's all that matters. Number two, I would say to your point and from Ellison's reporting there, if that doesn't reach people, how do you reach those people? And that's where I think we need to introduce some friction into the system. Once vaccines are broadly available, Brian, we need to take a page out of what other countries are doing to some degree and say, you know what? The vaccine is available. It's safe. It's very effective. If you're not going to get it, and you want to go on a flight, or you want to go out to dine, or you want to go out to the ballpark, you're going to have to show us a negative COVID-19 test, and you're going to have to mask. We're going to have to introduce some friction here premised on some degree of personal responsibility at that point. Otherwise, we're not going to reach where we need to reach, which is herd immunity. Hopefully 75 to 80% of the country is going to be willing to accept the vaccine. But if we don't get there, we're in a really tenuous balance.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.